This is Vero, and today we're going to be discussing if she fears death. So, do you fear death?
Yes.
Okay. So, how does your fear manifest itself in your daily life? For example, what choices do you make or not make as a result of your fear of death?
I think I separate that from like death and then the end of life. Like for me, when I think of death is like what comes next.
Okay.
Like I fear that, and I also fear the end of life, but that's like I could separate that because I don't necessarily know like where my thoughts, like where my brain like is gonna go after that, like what I'm gonna think after I die, which is like you don't have thoughts, so it's like that.
Like, what? Yeah.
That is what scares me in a way. It's like I don't know what my like where my like soul is gonna go because I don't have thoughts, because I don't have a brain.
Okay.
So it's like I don't know if I'm just gonna like close my eyes and just disappear.
Okay. So what do you do like on a daily like routine like that that kind of rises that fear again? Like I don't know, like for example, you could ride a bus instead of walking to class because of the fear that you might just die, or like what happens in
like again, like I like separate that from death and like the end of life, because to me that's like I don't want to die yet, so it's like I'm scared of like ending this life early in that way. So it's like I keep people I love close to me because of like wanting to fulfill my life as much as I want, like as much as I can, instead of necessarily thinking of like, oh, if I do this, like I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like that's a completely different thought in my head.
So that helps you not fear death on a day-to-day basis? Okay, that makes sense. So I mean, the next question is, how do you combat this fear? So I mean, I feel like that's pretty
I surround myself with people that like make life worth living, to the point where I don't necessarily have to like consume my thoughts of like what comes next, because I'm focused on the present and like life.
Okay. And do you fear anything more than death? Like terrorism, serial killers, dropping dead all of a sudden?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, and why is that?
Because that's like I can feel that. Like once I die, I'm dead. I don't know what that's gonna feel like, but apparently you don't feel anything, so it's like that's a different thing. Like this is something that is relevant to my day-to-day life, like an experience that I will feel and be hurt by, instead of just like something that I have no control over, which is whatever comes after.
Okay, so like basically like when you're driving, are you scared like someone's gonna hit you, or so like you live with a daily fear of like dying?
The end of my life.
Okay. Yes. What other things, like I don't know, like maybe walking around campus, does that like alter like how you feel about death? Like I don't know, somebody could literally just like shoot out the school. You don't ever know.
True. So true, she's got a point.
But
we're
like,
sitting
do you
right
fear
here.
that? Do you fear that like exact moment more than death? Like for example, like another thing that I just said, terrorism. Like somebody could literally just bomb us right now.
Yeah.
Like, do you fear those like exact moments, or do you fear the moment of death more?
Those exact moments, but in a way it's not for myself. It's the fact that like I won't be able to like see the people around me. Like if I'm here and like the school gets shot up, like knock on some wood, like my parents are gonna feel that, like the people around me are gonna feel that. So you fear
the pain that infiltrates to others from the lack of your existence?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
And not being able to see these people who like mean so much to me.
Okay. And is there a religious, philosophical, social, or scientific idea, perspective, or concept that has influenced your views on death?
Yeah, I mean, for me it's like I kind of like fight that idea back and forth, because in like my religious aspect it's like, yeah, we're going to heaven, like.
And what religion are you?
I'm Jewish.
Okay.
So like, yeah, we're going to heaven, like we have that after death, and like that's supposed to bring us comfort, but in a way like my scientific side of my brain is like, you don't know that, like it's like you can't 100% prove that, because these are like theories or like rules that are being followed by other people. These are just other people who like set that rule, that standard.
So to an extent, religion only comforts so much in your life.
Yeah, but
since it can't comfort death.
it doesn't comfort death in that way, like, as it should.
Okay.
Because it's like, I'm told that this is what's gonna happen, and that should be okay with me.
So do you fear the unknown, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
I, like, don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, I don't like the idea of just, like, dying and not having thoughts. Like,
Okay,
not
so
having
you fear
ideas.
the afterlife of death. Like, since
Yes.
you don't know, it's not that you fear death exactly, but it's what happens after you die.
Yeah.
Do you fear the moments that lead into death? Like, what your body would feel like, or what happens as you're dying? Or do you just fear what's after death?
For the pain, like, if it's something that's, like, painful, I don't, like, die in my sleep, then I would fear that because of the pain that's, like, coming from death. But at the same time, when I'm, like, dying, it's more of, like, I'm scared of, like, what comes next because I'm scared of the unknown.
Okay.
Of the afterlife.
Okay, and you're also scared of the presence that leaves this earth, as like you never talking to your family never talking to you never seeing your loved ones. So overall, every single aspect that leads into death you're scared of, that being before death, during death, and after death. Okay.
But at the same time, like, that drives me in the way that I live my life, because it's
And
like,
how does that drive you?
Because you never know. Like,
so
I
do you
could die
live your
tomorrow.
life to the fullest?
Yeah.
Daily?
I try my best.
Okay.
If I don't have to study.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.